Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar. I am Umberto Caligaro and I am front-end developer here in Tecnoteca. Today I will show you how our CMDBuild mobile application works. I have prepared some slides to help me to explain how it works. And now, just a moment that I want to show you prepare the slides. Okay. First of all, I will display this slide, and then after my presentation, I will show you a live demo of how it works. During this webinar, I will show you how to register and configure the application. Then I want to explain you how data is listed, how CMDB data is listed inside the mobile application, and how CMDB data is managed inside with our application. Then I will explain you how to configure best the CMDBuild for the use of the mobile application, and then I will say which are the planned developments of our application. Please feel free to write any question on the chat box that you can find at the right of the page, and now enjoy my presentation. Okay, first of all, I remember you that the CMDB mobile application is available on Android and iOS stores. Then you can download from there. Good. Well, after you have downloaded the application, you have to register it because this application is available only for our customers. And then you have to insert the client code, which is a code that Tecnoteca will send to the client. And then for your device, you have to type a device name. After the registration, you have to connect the application with CMDBuild. The only thing is needed is the server URL. After that, you can log in to the application with your CMDBuild credentials. You can also decide to keep you logged in by tapping on the Keep Me Logged In button. After the login, it is possible to change the settings in every time, and you can find the setup button on the menu, and from there you can edit all the settings of the application. It is possible also from a button on the menu to list the app errors that can be useful to send to us if you have any error with your application. Or you can also refresh the application if you make some changes to the data model and you want to view them. You don't need to close the application and then reopen, but you can reload it with by typing on that button. And then there is a button for the info to get the information about the version, your customer code, your device name, and so on. Then, in CMDBuild Mobile, it is not possible to show grids because the space is not enough. And then here we have used list instead of grids. As you can see in our list, there are several attributes. For example, here is a card employee, and we display the number, the email, and the state. Then the add button is on the bottom right corner. Then is a typing there. You can add new cards or new processes on CMDBuild. There's the quick search. Then by typing on the top icon of the search, you can write your text to search in the list to search, and you will get the list filtered with your search. And then there is the possibility to search by using the QR code reader. I will show you an example after this presentation. Then there's also here the possibility to use the filters. You can apply existing filters configured in CMDBuild, or you can filter your data by attributes. Then you can create your own filters here. And it is also possible to change the sorting of the data list, and also it is possible to choose which attribute display on the list. And you can also save your preferences. Then it is possible to refresh the list of data by scrolling down the list. And then there are some action, the quick actions that you can find by swiping on the item list. For example, here in the list of cards, we have the clone, the delete, and the edit action. Then you can find in lists, you can find some action by swiping the list item. Okay, now see. Let's see how we see a card. This is a card, but the same is for processes, for views items. Then we have a list of the fields with their values. Then if we want to manage some actions, for example, edit, clone, or delete, we have the icons on the top left to edit or other actions, for example, delete, clone, or open the card in the classic, in the desktop version. Okay, we can manage the details of a card we have in the bottom. You can see that there is a tab bar where that is the same tab bar that you can find in CMDBuild, and here we have it on the bottom. Then you can manage the details of a card, or you can manage the notes. Yeah, here we have also the icon when a card has some nodes. We can manage the relations, add or delete or view, and we can manage the emails, especially when we are on processes. And then we can manage the attachments from using the last tab. Here you can see that we have also the preview that can help you to find the right attachment. Okay, and then there are some configurations that we can do in our CMDBuild to have a better experience. For example, we can configure the classes and processes icons. This is useful when we have a superclass with several subclasses, because the icon can help us to identify the type of card. Then we can set up the displayable fields in the list. Then we can configure a custom menu for the mobile version, because could be that we don't want to show in the menu everything that we have in the desktop menu. Then we can configure a custom menu for the mobile, and then we can configure the custom components for mobile. We can have the two versions for each custom component, the desktop version and the mobile version. We can have also some custom components available only for mobile or available only for desktop version. And for custom components, I mean custom pages, custom menu items, and custom widgets. Okay, now let's dive into CMDB Mobile. Just a moment that I open my application. Okay, I show you. Okay. I hope you see my device. Okay, if when I've downloaded my application, I can open it. Okay, and as I show you before, here we have the form to register my application. You can use the QR code reader, okay, to configure the code. Then here I have my client code, and then I type my device name, which is demo 1. Okay, when I have fulfilled my form, I type on the left icon on top, on the left top icon. Okay, and this form will ask me to connect to CMDBuild. Also here I can use a QR code. Then no, not this one, but you have two QR codes in the same page. Okay. I can also define the language. By default, the application uses the language of my device. If it's available in CMDB Mobile, I can change the font size, or I can save the images when I take a photo, or and save the image quality and so on. And also I can unregister my device. But now I have entered my server URL, and I click on the icon save. Okay, now I can insert my username and password, which is admin and admin. I choose to keep me logged in. Okay. Okay, the admin user has several groups. Now I log in with super user group. Now it's logging in. Perfect. Here now I'm seeing the CMDBuild data. I can open the menu by clicking on the burger icon on the top right. And here you can see that I have a custom menu which have less things than the desktop menu. How I explained you before, I have the buttons on the button for the setup. For example, here I can change the language, I can change the initial page, also I can also delete the list preferences and so on. I can also log out if I want to log out and enter with another group, or I can change my group. Here in the bottom I have the error list. Here we don't have any error. I have the info page where I have the license code, the version, the expiration date, and the device name. And then, if I want, I can reload my application. Good. Now, when my application is reloaded, I will show you how to how to manage the list data with starting from data listing. If I go on my if I navigate in my navigation menu, I go on all computers, and here I can see that the first elements have the notebook icon, but here these items have the PC and the personal computer, the desktop icon. Then this is the icon of the class. These are different classes because computer is a superclass. Then I can distinguish the class by viewing the icon of the item. Here on the bottom, I have the add button. If I click on it, you can see in this case, computers is a superclass, and then I can choose the subclass to of the card that I want to add, for example, desktop, mobile, or notebook. Then if I click, for example, desktop, it will show me the form to create a new desktop. I go back on computers class. Okay, here on the top, I have the search, the quick search. For example, I can search for Anderson. Yes. If I search, okay, I have the items of I think Aaron Anderson. These are the items that matches my search. I can open it, I can clear it, and then the useful thing is to search by using the QR code. Now I open this tool and I search for my notebook. I've prepared a QR code with the serial number of my PC. In this case, I read my QR code, and here I have the notebook with that serial number. Then this is useful if you have to inventory your items, and if you have a QR code or barcode on your items. Here on the top right, we have three dots where we can find some actions. For example, the filters. If you click this icon, we have the filters that are saved in our CMDBuild. Now I can apply it. Okay, here I have all the devices with the state available, and I have a bar with the applied filter, the name of the applied filter. Then I know that the data I'm seeing on my list is filter. And if I want to remove this filter, I can click on X. Okay, and then I can also create a new filter by clicking on the plus. Here I can choose, for example, the brand. Equals value is CMDBuild. Apply. Okay. No items to display because there's no item with that brand. But if I want to change it, I go here, I go back on the list of my filters and I swipe. If I swipe here, I can have I can add several actions. For example, the action to choose that filter as default, or the possibility to clone that filter, to the possibility to delete that filter, and also to edit it. If I click on edit, I go back here on my filter definition, and I change it and I apply it. Okay, now I have the items with HP break. Good. And if I want to change the sorting of my data, I go back here on the three dots, and I click on the second icon, and here I get the list of all attributes, and I can choose the attributes. For example, I can choose to order by assignee in ascending mode. Okay, now my data is sorted by assignee, or I can I don't know, by brand. Okay, yes, data is sorted by brand. I also can to choose which attribute display on my list. For example, if I want to show also the assignee, I choose it, and then on the bottom I click apply. Okay, and in my list now I see also the assignee. If I want to keep this configuration, I can do it by reopening this configuration and clicking on this save icon that I can find on the top right. Okay, now I've saved this configuration. If I want to delete this configuration to this preference, I can do it by clicking on that icon. Okay, perfect. If I want to refresh my data, because I can swipe down and data is refreshed. And the last thing in the list management is are the swipe action. You can see that all items have the swipe, the possibility to swipe. If I swipe shortly, I get the three icons. In this case, the clone action, the delete action, and the edit action. For example, I can type on clone action, and this is and the application will open the clone form. If I go back on the list, and if I swipe all, I will go directly in the edit mode. Then this is a shortcut to go directly to the edit mode. Perfect. But now let's see how to manage the card data. If I type on item list, I can see the item. No, let me just a moment. I go on the employees. I open Aaron Anderson. Okay, here we can see the employee data. One field here for row. Then we have also here we have the field sets to divide the data. And if I want to edit this card, I tap on the edit icon, and then I can, for example, if I want to set up the start of contract, I set it, and then I click on save. Perfect. Now I have added my card. On the three dots, we can find other actions. For example, the delete action or the clone action. Um, or I can choose to open this card in the standard view, in the desktop view. Then if I click the last icon, I can view this card in the CMDBuild desktop version. Okay, if I want to manage the details of my card, I go on the second tab, and here I can choose if I want to manage the equipment or the signed services. If I go on equipment, okay, here I can see all the equipment of Anderson, and also from here I can add new items. Here the list of all the available items, or I can open one item, and I can also manage them. If I want to go back to the card, I can go to the sign services. Here, Aaron Anderson has no sign service. Okay, oh, sorry. And the next tab have the notes management. From here we can see the notes, the entered notes, or we can also edit them by clicking on the, here's a mistake. So, okay, I don't know why it's HTML. Here usually there's an editor HTML. But from here you can edit the notes of the card. In the next tab, we can manage all the relations. Here you can see that the list is grouped by relation type. These are the equipments. We have the company, the organizational unit is registered in the request, and so on. If we type one item, we go to the related item. Now I go back because we will see the processes soon. Okay, let's go here. Okay, here in the let me go on the relation. Yes, also here we have the possibility to add a new relation by typing on the plus on the right bottom, and here we can choose which relation we want to add, and then we can add it. For example, belongs to company. Here we can choose the company, for example. Okay, and here we can manage the emails. Usually emails are not used a lot in the card, but if you need to compose an email or related to a card, you can do it back here. You can also choose a template, and it has in the device, in the desktop version. This is okay, and you have also here you can attach add attachments. And the last thing for the cards, here we can see we can view the attachments. In this case, we have two attachments, one document and one image. You can see that there's a preview on the left. As item icon, we have the preview. Then this can help you to choose the right attachment. And then you can change, for example, your metadata from the code. For example, if you want to add a code, I can save it. I can add some nodes, and if I want, I can also browse to change the image. Okay. Okay, if I want to add a new attachment, I have to click on the plus button. I choose which kind of attachment. For example, if I want to add a document. From here, I can browse it, or when I click on the browse button, uh, I can choose if I want to take a picture or upload an image or a document existing in my device. Okay, if I want to save, when I take a picture directly from here, and I want to save it also in my device, I have to go on settings, and if you remember, on the setup page here I have the save image on device, and if I have enabled this, when I upload an image from there, the image will be also saved in my device. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, I think here we have nothing else about the attachments. Now, let's see something else with the processes. Here also for the processes we have the list. Also here we have the swipe action. For example, if we go directly in edit. Good. Here on the top we have the status bar. If I click on the three dots, I get the full status bar with the full with all statuses. We don't have enough space, then we have added that dots, and the widgets are on the bottom. You can see that in the bottom there's an arrow. If I click on it, I can see I can see the widget of this. For example, the widget requester, which allow me to edit the requester data, or for example, I can see the affected CIs and so on. These are all standard widgets which are implemented in our mobile version. Example, here we have also the email management. Here we have as an outgoing email. Okay. Now, when I want to go to execute my process, here you can see on the top that we have two icons. The check we save the card, and the execute button is the second one. Then that executes the process and allow me to go in the next step of the process. Okay. Now I think that I've shown yes, I show you all, I think everything. Here we have some the views. Here in this view there are no data, but everything is similar to the classes and processes management. Then if you have any question, please write it on the chat. And now I want to show you how to configure CMDBuild for our for the mobile usage. Just a moment. Mm, okay, and okay. Here, if I go here, I'm on the administration module, and I am in the internal employee. Okay. If I go on edit, I can on the last field set allows me to edit the icon. Here we have an icon. External employees has another icon, and so on. Then from here I can configure the icon used on the display on the list of the cards. Then if I want to choose which attribute display in my in the list, I can go on this, for example, in this case on the state attribute, and display and check the show in reduced grid check. The reduced grid is used in the desktop version when we have a small space, for example, on when we display the card on the map, and is also used in the mobile. Then all the attributes that have this property checked will be shown in the list. Users can change their preferences and save it, as we saw before. Okay, and then let's see the custom components. For example, here are the custom pages. I have the tick, for example, no, the asset management. Here, from here, I can upload the mobile version, or and here I can upload both versions. In this case, I have only the mobile version. Then this custom page will be available only on the mobile and will be not available on the desktop version. Okay, and let's see the menus. From the menus management, I have two different folders, one for desktop and one for mobile. From here, I have created my menu, mobile menu. If I add a menu, here I can see that this is a mobile menu. I can clone from default, or I can create my menu for a group. Okay. Yes, I think that I shown you everything about the mobile. Now, let me talk about the plain development. Okay, in the future, we have planned to integrate the new fields applied in CMDBuild 3.4. For example, the file field, the multi-value lookup field, or the link field, and then we have the password field. I think yes, everything. Okay, yes, or the big integer field. Yes. Then we will integrate the map management for cars, and then we have planned to allow the operativity in offline mode. Usually, all the developments that we do on the desktop version will be also implemented in the mobile version. Everything that I show you during this presentation is available for all the products of the CMDBuild suite. Then you can use it with CMDBuild, with CMDBuild ready to use, and also in openMAINT. Okay, if you want to keep in touch, keep in touch with us, you can write us. You can subscribe, sorry, to the newsletter. You can follow us on Twitter. You can visit our website, or you can also participate on the forum. And if you have any question, you can write to sales@tecnoteca.com.